Jenny Lintart and welcome to Mel's Kitchen. Today we're going to start you on our culinary journey through South Africa. I'm going to show you how to prepare lovely home-cooked meals using our wonderful local produce, as well as taking some shortcuts using ready-prepared ingredients, and no one will know. Right, let's begin. Today I'm going to do a Cape Malay curried meatball recipe with naan bread. We're using beef mince today, but you can use ostrich, chicken, pork, any mince you like actually. Some breadcrumbs, about 2 tablespoons breadcrumbs. A teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of coriander, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's all just adding to the flavor. Bit of garlic, teaspoon of garlic. If you like a strong flavor of garlic, use more. If you don't, use a lot, use less. Also put in some salt and pepper. I'm not going to put a lot of salt and pepper because in our sauce we'll also be adding some extra flavor. 1 beaten egg, and so most of the spices that I'm using in the meatballs will be going into the sauce as well. So just lightly beat the egg and add it. Then use your hands. If you don't like using your hands, if you don't like squishing the meat around, use a spoon. I like using my hand because I can feel it and I know exactly how I want it to be. Using a spoon, it's a bit more difficult. I think I might need a bit more breadcrumbs with this mixture. So just add a bit more. And once the meatballs are made, it's nice to have the mixture stand a bit, but if you don't have the time, because we're all in a rush these days and we all want to make a meal in a hurry, or as soon as possible, come home from work, everybody's hungry, you don't want to spend a lot of time. So just try and make a double batch. Keep it for the freezer. So next time you want to make a curry, it's easy, whip it out the freezer and just make your sauce. This recipe was given to me by a friend in Cape Town, and she always teases me about it. She says, knowing you'll always take the easy way out. And I said, what is that? She says, you'll buy some spicy sausage and take it out of the casings and use that and pass it off as your own meatballs. Well, I said, if I'm in a hurry, yes, that's what I do. You know, one has to make a plan. So that's my mixture. Just going to have a taste. See if the seasoning's all okay. Tastes fine to me. Now I'm going to make the balls into smaller than a golf ball, but you can make it whatever size you want. So this is about the right size, I think. So we're going to do that. Make the balls. Heat up the pan. Let me do that quickly. And put a bit of oil into the pan. 2 or 3 spoonfuls. Don't want too much. And while that is heating, I'll do the rest of the meatballs. So then the pan's hot enough, sizzling nicely. And we don't want to crowd the pan too much, but this is quite a large pan, so I can do quite a few in there. cooking nicely there now. Finish these off. And then once we've done these, we'll start on our curry sauce. So in these meatballs, I haven't put any chili. I've just used the seasoning purely because your sauce is going to have your chili and coriander in. But if you want to make a spicy meatball, feel free to add some chili powder or some chopped chilies, or even just some cayenne pepper. It really doesn't matter. Just give these a quick turn. And smell the lovely spices as it's cooking, coming through here. It's easier just to use your fingers as opposed to a spatula. Right, there's okay now. Take these out. And then I'm going to do the sauce, show you how to do the sauce. And it's quick and easy. Once you have everything prepared, it doesn't take long to make. Okay, the meatballs are now done, and I'm going to clear up and then start on our sauce. Right, now we're going to do our sauce. I'm going to heat up the pan. About 2 tablespoons of oil. Fry off the onion. Saute the onion till it's nice and soft, and then we'll add all the ingredients as we go along. Right, I think that's quite fine. Not sizzling yet, but it's okay. Okay, so now our onions are in the pan, sauteing. We're just going to cook down a bit, and then we'll add our chopped tomato. I'm using tin tomato as opposed to fresh because it's easy and convenient. However, you can use fresh if you want fresh. I just find it easier to use the chopped shortcut. Some curry leaves into the pan, bit of bay leaf, and that can fry off there. Then we've got some garlic, right, some ginger, which I shall quickly chop up. Just a little piece, doesn't have to be too big. And some chili. Now I've learned the very hard lesson using chilies, using habanero chilies, because I was making some sauce and decided I would take out the pips. But being impatient as usual, I didn't use any gloves and cleaned the chilies, took out all the pips, and promptly had a reaction. I ended up spending the night with my hands in yogurt, ice blocks, trying to take off this terrible burn, which just wouldn't go away. It just seemed to be getting worse and worse and worse. And eventually found out that I should have put some oil on my hands before chopping up the chilies and or using gloves. So I learned a very, very nasty lesson. I don't want my onions burning here because I'm getting distracted. So I'm going to put the chili and the ginger and garlic in now. And again, now I'm just using one chili, but use however many chilies you want, depending on how spicy you want it. So in goes the garlic and the ginger and the chili. A teaspoon of garlic is enough, I find the ones that's already chopped, the flavour is quite intense, as opposed to freshly chopping your garlic. Just get the heat going down a bit. And now I'm going to add all my dry ingredients, so it just gives it a bit of a quick dry fry. Some chili powder, teaspoon of chili powder, teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of coriander, and there's some cinnamon. I like extra coriander. A bit of turmeric for the color. Turmeric is a spice similar. You can use it if you don't have saffron, then you use turmeric, and it really hasn't got much flavor, so it's mainly used for coloring to give your curry that lovely sort of orangey yellow tone. This is some masala that I'm putting in here, tablespoonful, and I'm just letting this fry off a bit. Now all these flavors are coming through, just to dry fry and let it all be absorbed, and then I'm putting my tomatoes in. So I'm using canned tomatoes, 1 tin. That should be enough. And, and this is going to be a bit spicy. And then let this reduce a bit. So you can actually smell it now. You can get it, all these smells are wafting through. Wish you could smell it through the camera. But believe me, it's smelling good. Right, that's better. Now we've all tied it up and the meatballs are going into the pan. So that can simmer along. And let's just get that going there for about 10 minutes. So now, as you'll see, I'll put the meatballs in, and because it was fried before putting into the sauce, it's firmer and it won't break up when you give the pan a shake or so. But still treat the pan gently, because we don't really want to have mince curry and not meatballs. So now it's all in, all covered, and it's going to simmer along here. And whilst that is done, I've whipped up some naan breads, which we're going to serve with our lovely meatball curry. And I'll just keep this plate while that is cooking, and then add some coriander and garam masala just before serving. And then we shall partake of a lovely feast.
For Mel's foolproof naan bread, you're going to need 2 cups of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of natural yogurt, and 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Here's the method. Add all the ingredients in a large mixing bowl. Mix until smooth. Lightly knead on a floured surface. Now cover the mixture until required, so you can make it earlier in the day if you so wish. Divide the dough evenly into 10 balls. Roll each ball into the desired shape, approximately 3 millimeters thick. Brush with oil and fry in a hot, dry pan and cook until golden brown, about 1 to 2 minutes on either side. Serve warm with your beautiful Cape Malay curry.
Okay, now I'm going to plate, and just put that spoon over there. It looks delicious. Some extra sauce. And then, I cannot wait to get stuck in. So a naan on the side. bit of extra coriander. Oopsie. And there you have our meatball curry with naan. And now I'm going to taste. Right, let's get in there. It's jolly hot. That is delicious. Even if I say so myself. Oh, this bell doesn't want to ring properly. Dinner's ready. Come and get it.